So the first question, doctor, for you is, should we work out in periods? That's a very common
Yeah,
question.
see, when you had sent me the list, I felt this is a very apt question which you have brought up,
Yes.
Latika, because it's a very, very common question which I also frequently come across. Like a lot of my patients or other known women to me, they keep on asking me this. And what I realize is a lot of us have a lot of misconception, or there are a lot of myths which are there about it. Like for most of us, even when we are educated from the affluent class, periods means less physical activity, or at least a complete no to the workouts. Like you just ditch your gym, you ditch all kind of workouts, you're just lying on bed with minimum physical activities as possible. So I thought now it's high time that we should clear this myth and tell everyone that there is no logic behind it. Actually, there is a lot of scientific evidence which has shown that if we work out during the periods, or if we do some kind of exercise or stretching, it actually helps us relieve a lot of premenstrual and menstrual symptoms which a lot of these girls face. So, it can help you with your nausea, it can help you with your irritability, stretching and balancing can help you with your pain and menstrual cramps. Plus, when we exercise, there is a release of something called as endorphins in our body. Endorphins, in a layman's language, if you take it, it's like a feel-good hormones. So when you are actually exercising, your irritability goes away and you actually start feeling good. Those mood swings and depression, which a lot of girls go through during premenstrual and menstrual period, they actually, start feeling better. So with all evidence, I would say, please work out. Please, whatever you've been doing, you should be working out. There is no reason that you should skip your workouts during your periods. And I mean, like, it will rather help you. So please go ahead and do it.
Okay. So second question is that, as you said, that in periods you can work out, but what kind of exercise would you recommend, like a light yoga or strength training? A third part is that we kind of get a lot of questions. Should I pick up weights during my periods? What is your take on that?
Oh, see, I would say you are the best judge for yourself. So please do what
Yes.
you actually do and what you are comfortable doing. You don't have to compete with anyone or compete with yourself. Please listen to your body and do whatever you can comfortably do. See, a lot of girls, as you rightly said, experience some cramps. Plus, because our hormones are very low during, like, see, all the hormones reach a basal level when you have just started your period. So, your estrogen, your progesterone, they're very low. So, a lot of girls feel fatigued and lethargic. So, obviously, the energy levels are not that great as you otherwise have. So, please listen to your body. You may not be able to follow your routine workouts, but you can work out at a, with a less intensity, maybe a low intensity workouts. I would suggest walking is the best exercise. It doesn't need any equipment. Plus, you can monitor your speed. You can monitor the time you're devoting in. Maybe light cardio is a good exercise. What you asked, the weight training? Yes, you can. In fact, many girls find it less messier. It doesn't involve any jumping or leaping around. So it's, you find it more easier. But I would again say, just go a little easy with yourself. Maybe you can use less weights, maybe less intense. If you're used to doing 3 reps of your exercises, maybe you can switch to 2 for those days. And listen to your body. If you're feeling fatigued or if you are tired at any point, please take a break and keep yourself well hydrated. So I'm sure you will be able to continue your workouts with a little modification during those 3-4 days. Besides
Okay.
that, what I usually recommend is yoga and Pilates also, because stretching relieves a lot of PMS symptoms. Plus, it helps relieving a lot of period cramps and pain also. So maybe with little modified yoga postures, I think that really, really works good.
Okay. Okay. So in few of the cases when they're exercising, like a regular exercise, a woman can have like a scanty period or heavy like clotting period. So is it okay to have that, your periods getting changed if you exercise and periods getting changed if you don't exercise? So is it okay?
See, normally only with exercise periods don't change. So there are a lot of other factors which are added when people start having menstrual irregularity, or a lot of people actually, when they do strenuous exercise, they actually face amenorrhea. Amenorrhea meaning they stop having periods altogether. That's a major thing which happens, or some kind of period irregularity. Now, one should actually realize that it's not the exercise which is causing you irregular periods. It's actually a imbalance between the energy spent and the energy intake. When you are heavily exercising and if you don't take enough amount of calories, or if you're not eating balanced diet, especially with these days when the girls want to be really lean and thin, they want to maintain that zero figure. they really indulge into very heavy exercises, but they cut down on their calories. So what happens, body is always in an energy deficit, and when body is in energy deficit, it raises that alarm, okay, I'm in a starvation mode. So when you are starving, body stops blood supply to the organs which are not essential for your living. Reproductive organ is one of them. So obviously the blood flow to the uterus stops. There is no ovulation. Plus, when exercise or any kind of physical activity is like a stress for the body. So when you are exercising very heavily, your stress hormones are high. And when they are very high, they actually disrupt the hypothalamic pituitary axis. You know, there are a lot of hormones which are acting in our body for ovulation to happen regularly and for periods to happen regularly. So when you are exercising very strenuously, there is a high release of stress hormones. And these stress hormones, they disrupt the normal hypothalamic pituitary axis. Means there are a set of hormones which are released from the brain, which act on the ovary, then ovulation happens, and then the period happens. So this whole cycle is disrupted. Now, because of which your ovulation is not happening. So if ovulation doesn't happen, you will not have a periods. So when erratically your ovulation happens, you sometimes have periods, you sometimes don't have periods. Some girls complain of intermenstrual bleeding, like they have spotting off and on, there's withdrawal bleeding off and on, which is all more related because the body is in a state of stress, not only because of the exercise. So if you get back to your normal caloric intake, maybe cut down a little bit on your exercises, you know, a lot of these girls get back to the normal periods.
Okay. So just taking that point, like period point forward. So again, there is a lot of controversy upon that if you lift heavy, so you can become infertile. It can be a funny question to you, but it is something that we commonly get.
No, see, the physiology is same what I just said. See, lifting heavy, again, those heavyweight lifters, what they do is they have been working heavy. And if there is a mismatch between the energy intake and energy output, it's again all related to your brain that will disrupt your ovarian stimulation, and then you can become infertile. Because obviously, if you don't ovulate, you can't get pregnant. We need eggs for you to get pregnant, right? So if your hypothalamic pituitary axis is disrupted and there is no ovulation happening, so then obviously you'll not be able to get pregnant. But see, this is something which is easily treatable. But at the same time, what I should say is that all this exercise-induced amenorrhea or period irregularity is actually a diagnosis of exclusion. We need to rule out all the other causes which can lead to menstrual irregularity. And only if we don't find anything else, then maybe we can start blaming your exercise or your workouts or your low caloric intake. So we should correct all that. Plus, if it is only exercise induced, it's very, very easily treatable. You know, you cut down on your exercise. Maybe there is a restoration of hormones in your body. Sometimes people may need some kind of estrogen replacement. If that also doesn't work, we have good class ovulation induction agents, which can definitely help them get pregnant. I mean, that's